Charley Pride rose to become an enduring icon of country music, breaking down barriers between races and touching the hearts of millions with his warm and soulful voice. However, behind the spotlight, there were untold stories of racism, broken relationships, and family secrets buried deep. Why am I singing their music? Well, it's my music too. That's me growing up in a segregated southern state, and they're a little nervous. From a self-taught boy learning to play the guitar to becoming the first black artist to grace the grand old Opie stage embodied unwavering willpower and unrelenting passion. He demonstrated that one's origins do not determine their destiny, but that success was sufficient to mend the wounds within his family, and what made him the man who defied all social prejudices. Join us as we uncover the tragic, challenging, and inspirational story of Charley Pride, a life that was not only a song of perseverance, but also a legacy that endures. Early life. Charley Pride was born on March 18, 1934, in Sledge, Mississippi, into a low-income sharecropping family. He was the fourth of 11 children and grew up in poverty, with 8 brothers and 3 sisters. Charley once said that their lives were focused on working physically to get their next meal. The name Charley Frank Pride itself has a backstory. Originally, his parents wanted to name him Charley Frank Pride, but an administrative error occurred at the time of his birth. Certificate changed the spell, so the family chose to keep it. With this name, Charley would go on to create an incredible legacy in the country music industry. At the age of 14, Charley's mother managed to save enough money to buy him a guitar. Without any formal training, he taught himself chords and melodies by listening to songs on the radio. Although Charley loved music, his true passion at the time was baseball, which he practiced endlessly in hopes of playing for. However, living in Mississippi in the 1930s and 1940s was far from easy as a black family. Racial discrimination limited the Pride's access to basic rights and education. And despite these obstacles, Charley remained optimistic because he understood that working harder was necessary to escape poverty. Major teams like his brother Ma Pride, who played in the Negro Leagues, were not only a source of inspiration, but also encouraged Charley to push beyond boundaries to pursue his dreams. Compared to those around him, the hardships did not weaken the bonds within his family. Charley recalled with fondness that their evenings together were some of the most treasured times as they sang country songs to ease their burdens. This sense of unity became a powerful source of motivation for him to overcome obstacles. Beginning as a boy, learning to play the guitar, and hoping to play baseball, Charley Pride started laying the foundation for his incredible journey. The challenges he faced did not discourage him. Rather, they strengthened his resolve to overcome his circumstances' early career. Charley Pride started his journey of pursuing dreams with baseball, his greatest passion as a young man. In 1952, he signed a contract to play for the Memphis Red Sox, a team in the Negro League that was exclusively for black players. Charley immediately gained recognition and earned a contract with the Boise Yankees, a Class C affiliate within the New York Yankees farm system, but his career in professional baseball did not turn out as planned. Charley was a promising talent who was demoted to a Class D team and eventually released from the Yankees training system after suffering a severe injury to his throwing arm. Despite this setback, Charley continued to play for lower-level teams like the Louisville Clippers and Missoula Timberjacks, but his dream of making it to the major leagues was gradually dashed by ongoing injuries. In 1956, Charley enlisted in the U.S. Army and was stationed at Fort Carson. Charley Pride never stopped trying after being let go by the Missoula Timberjacks in 1960. He took a job as a laborer at the Cerro smelting plant in Montana. His life became a daily grind of back-breaking work frequently. Colorado. While there, he played for his unit's baseball team and helped them win the All-Army Sports Championship. One of his most treasured memories from that time was that he was unable to regain his previous form after being discharged in 1958, unloading coal and feeding it into furnaces that reached temperatures of up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Despite the danger and exhaustion of the job, Charley persisted in supporting his family and pursuing his dreams despite the smelting plant's toil. In his spare time, he would take up his old guitar and play the songs he had taught himself as a boy, which he frequently performed before semi-professional baseball games for the East Helena. The team's management started paying him to sing for 15 minutes before each game in order to draw more fans to the stands. Surprisingly, those little performances opened up a whole new chapter in Charley Pride's life. Fans came not only to watch baseball, but also to hear him sing. It was a small but important step that put him on the path to music. Smelter Wright's short performances quickly captured the audience's attention. Memphis served as a springboard for legends like Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash. Although his recordings didn't receive immediate widespread attention, they started to make an impression on industry insiders. At this point, well-known country musicians like Red Zwine and Red Foley also acknowledged Charley's musical talent and gave him the confidence to pursue a career as a professional singer. Charley's decision to switch from baseball to music wasn't just the product of their advice. It was a brave one. Charley Pride refused to let such prejudices hold him back. When Red Zwine and Red Foley introduced him to RCA Victor, he was prepared to face every challenge that lay ahead. This career pivot not only changed Charley's life, but it also changed the landscape of the country music industry. He made a risky decision for himself as a black baseball player from Montana, where there was essentially no place for someone like him to dream of breaking into the industry. Rocked the foundations of the country music industry, but this was only the beginning. Those difficult but early steps laid the foundation for a legend, a man who would not only dominate the music industry, but also break down racial barriers in the process. Charley Pride's successful career began in 1966 when he released the single "The Snakes Crawl at Night," but the song didn't attain the success he had hoped for at the time. The country music industry was still hesitant to accept a black artist, making Charley's journey much more difficult than that of his peers. Nevertheless, he persisted in recording and releasing more songs, unwavering in his pursuit of his passion. The single "Just Between You and Me" was released in 1967, and it quickly gained public attention, reaching the 9th position on the Hot Country Songs chart and opening the doors to the career Charley had always envisioned. The song's success not only demonstrated his extraordinary talent, but also dispelled misconceptions and biases from both audiences and the music industry. Charley received his first Grammy nomination, which was a significant accomplishment for few black artists in the country music genre at the time. The positive reception of Just Between You and Me opened up many new opportunities for Charley Pride, who started playing on bigger stages and winning over even the most skeptics of during a major performance at Detroit's Olympia Stadium. Audiences learned for the first time that Charley Pride was black. His expressive voice and remarkable technique quickly won them over. But few people realize that when Charley Pride began his music career, he had to overcome not only personal obstacles, but also the enormous barrier of racial prejudice. At the time, a black artist in the country music scene, which was often thought to be the exclusive domain of white performers, was a rarity. This prompted music producer to make contentious choices, like not including Charley's picture on album covers at first. This was done in an effort to reduce unfavorable reactions from white audiences who might be reluctant to embrace a black singer. Instead of emphasizing Charley's appearance, producers hoped that his music would speak for itself before people learned of his race. This strategy generated conflicting responses, with some seeing it as a rejection of Charley's race. "They don't care what color I am as long as I sing well," Charley Pride once said. And his music did speak for itself. Hits like Kiss and Angel Good Morning and Just Between You and Me swiftly rose the charts, demonstrating that talent transcends all boundaries. Identity. While others saw it as a necessary tactic to help him break into the music market despite the controversies, Charley Pride chose to remain silent. It wasn't just a personal milestone for Charley Pride, it was a historic moment for country music, as he became a symbol of change and breaking societal barriers. Between 1969 and 1971, Charley Pride's career took off, turning him from a promising artist. Race. In the years that followed, as his reputation solidified, he no longer needed strategies to conceal his image. His overwhelming success and the love his audience had for his music erased the initial prejudices, paving the way for other black artists in the genre. During this time, he released 8 songs that peaked at #1 on the charts, including well-known hits like All I Have to Offer You Is Me, Is Anyone Going to San Antone, and, most famously, Kiss and Angel Good Morning, which was released in 1971 and swiftly became the most iconic song of Charley Pride's career due to its poignant lyrics and gentle melody. The song not only dominated country music charts, but also made it into the Billboard Hot 100, which is an extraordinary accomplishment for country songs of that genre. In the same year, 1971, Charley Pride was named Entertainer of the Year at the CMA Awards, becoming the first black artist in history to receive this honor. He also won Male Vocalist of the Year for 2 consecutive years. That era, the song solidified Charley's position at the peak of his career. and helped him transcend the boundaries of country music, reaching a wider audience. It also garnered praise from his peers, including Dolly Parton, who said that Charley doesn't just sing, he tells the story of his heart, and that's what connects with the audience. In addition to his successful singles, Charley Pride made his mark with the 1969 compilation album The Best of Charley Pride, which swiftly sold over 1 million copies, becoming one of RCA Victor's best-selling records at the time and earning a gold certification. These honors from 1971 and 1972 were not only a testament to his extraordinary talent, but also a symbolic victory, signaling change in an industry that had long resisted diversity. In 1976, during a period of intense political and religious conflict in Northern Ireland, Charley Pride performed in Belfast and sang the song Crystal Shand. The song became an instant symbol of peace, beloved by both sides of the conflict. Charley's decision to perform in such a volatile region demonstrated not only his courage, but also his deep connection with his global audience. Admiration for Charley Pride and the profound impact he had on the music industry. During his career, which lasted from 1966 to 1987, Charley Pride achieved remarkable success. Over 52 of his songs made it to the top 10, with 30 of them reaching number 1. This level of achievement solidified his status as one of the greatest country music artists and established him as a symbol of overcoming racial and societal barriers. Northern Ireland Crystal Chandeliers was more than just a song. It became a message of hope and unity. Additionally, he once said, "I didn't come here to change the music industry. I came here to do what I love. And if that changes anything, then that's a bonus." Of his unwavering determination and resilience. Charley Pride, a towering figure in country music, was not only famous for his successful career, but his success also shook the foundations of the country music industry, leaving behind a legacy that is still celebrated with admiration by future generations. As he served in the military in Memphis, Tennessee, in 1956, Charley met Rosine Corrin, a clever and gracious nurse. Their shared values and mutual understanding soon brought them together, and after a brief courtship, Charley and Rosine were married over the Christmas holiday that same year. Career, but also for the complexities of his personal life, where he faced societal prejudices, career controversies, and deeply intricate family secrets, weaving a life story that was both illustrious and laden with pain, captivating the curiosity of his audience. In addition to being Charley's life partner, Rosine was also his most important emotional support system. After their marriage, she left her nursing career to focus on raising their family and supporting Charley's budding music career. She took on the primary role of raising their children, giving them love and a stable home. Their marriage lasted over 60 years, which is an extraordinary feat in the entertainment industry. Together, they had 3 children, Craig, Dion, and Angela, 5 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Education in spite of Charley's rigorous performance schedule, but their marriage was not without difficulties. In the late 1970s, Charley Pride had an affair with flight attendant Joyce Ann Tin while on one of his tours. According to Joyce, The relationship lasted almost 10 years, and it wasn't a short-lived romance. Charley loved me, and we loved each other. She even claimed that they planned to have a child together in 1979. And during that time, Tyler, Charley's secret son, was born. Secret Charley was determined to keep hidden because he feared that disclosing the affair would ruin his family's happiness and harm his music career irreparably, especially since he was at the height of his fame. In order to keep this secret, Charley only spoke to Tyler a few times a year, and according to Tyler, these infrequent calls were insufficient to make up for the lack of a present father. "I love him, but I never really felt like he was my dad," Tyler said. Intensified in 1990 when Joyce sued Charley for child support. After Charley first denied paternity, a DNA test was conducted in 1992, and the results showed that Charley Pride was Tyler's biological father. The court determined that Tyler owed $92,000 in back child support and ordered him to make $4,000 monthly payments until Tyler turned 18. Additionally, Tyler's last name was changed to Pride, formally connecting him to his well-known father. Despite the financial issues being settled, Tyler and Charley's relationship remained tense. When Charley Pride died on December 12, 2020, Tyler filed a lawsuit against the family to claim his inheritance, claiming that he was left out of the will to protect family secrets and the Charley Pride brand. Tyler claimed that this further exacerbated the sense of rejection and loneliness he had experienced throughout his life. Tyler felt abandoned constantly, living in the shadow of a famous father who was absent from his life when he passed away, and I was only told through a friend. In a statement outside the family, Rosine Char's wife and will executive vehemently denied these allegations, claiming that Charley had supported Tyler throughout his life and that the lawsuit was an attempt to take advantage of the situation financially. Charley was never one to let anyone threaten him, and neither am I, she said, adding that learning of his father's death reflected the ongoing unfair treatment he had endured. Just weeks before his death, Charley received the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award at the CMA Awards, where he performed his iconic Kiss and Angel Good Morning with young artist Jimmy Allen, despite the organizers' insistence that all performers had undergone multiple COVID-19 tests and that stringent measures were in place. Holding the event indoors during the pandemic raised concerns, and singer Maren Morris publicly expressed her discomfort, saying that if Charley's death was connected to the event, it would be an indignation Charley's family, especially Rosine, denied any link between his death and the CMA Awards, stressing that Charley had tested negative multiple times following the incident and that there was no proof it was the cause of his infection. Nevertheless, the controversy prompted more extensive conversations among fans and the media, and while there are still disagreements regarding the circumstances surrounding Charley's death, there is no doubt that his passing left his fans feeling deeply bereaved. He passed away at the age of 86, leaving a legacy. Charley Pride's passing not only signaled the end of a remarkable artist's life, but also cemented his profound influence on culture and music as the first black artist to receive recognition at the Grand Ole Opry and a 2000 inductee into the Country Music Hall of Fame. The family conflicts and societal controversies that followed his death only serve to highlight the monumental legacy and the complex life Charley Pride left behind. Legacy and impact. One important aspect of Charley's legacy is the message of peace he spread through his music. His song, Crystal Chandeliers, was not only a hit, but also a symbol of hope in Northern Ireland, a region long plagued by political and ethnic conflict. In 1976, he performed the song in Belfast, a meaningful gesture during a time of deep division, barriers paving the way for young talents from minority communities. He proved that music has the power to transcend prejudice and unite people with over 70 million records sold worldwide. Beyond his music career, Charley Pride made a significant impact in sports. He was a part owner of the Texas Rangers baseball team, reflecting his enduring passion for the sport he loved as a young man. And he wrote the theme song for the Dallas Cowboys football team, expanding his influence into diverse areas and creating strong bonds with fans across a variety of interests. Audiences on both sides find common ground, serving as a bridge between seemingly irreconcilable differences. The CMA's Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award, which commemorates the highest honor for his unwavering contributions, was not only a celebration of a remarkable artist, but also a testament to his role as a trailblazer, a man who transcended the constraints of his time to leave behind a profound musical and social legacy. Charley Pride was more than just a great country music star. He was a symbol of tenacity and the capacity to overcome social barriers. From a young man who was raised in poverty, he rose to heights few dared to imagine leaving. Though he is no longer with us, Charley Pride leaves behind a legacy of music and social impact that is worthy of deep respect. His songs, messages of peace, and the hope he brought to so many people continue to inspire generations of artists and provide immense encouragement to those who are trying to overcome obstacles and achieve success. What do you think of Charley Pride's life and legacy? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to find more inspirational stories. See you in the subsequent video.